Hey YouTubers, something important, something kind of damn important. So I have a video right now, nice big ass video like a big ass cigar, just being silly ass like a big ass cigar. So I have a ramble right now, nice big ass ramble like a big ass cigar. So essentially this is about a topic. So FYI, this will be a demonetized video FYI. So if you're wondering why you might not see ads in this video, it's a demonetized video FYI. So, and yes, I guess farted, big ass farts for life. So essentially, many people may have seen a topic I did last week, which is basically discussing how there's a big difference, a big fucking difference, between calling somebody a dwarf versus calling somebody a midget. How basically they're not the same thing. How the word midget, or the M word, is a put down or a derogatory word for a little person, air quote a little person. The more nicer way of calling somebody that is a little person. That's basically the proper term for calling somebody a dwarf. So dwarf and little person are acceptable, while the word midget is not considered acceptable. And actually, a lot of people, a hell of a lot of people, including my own mother, my own fucking mother, don't know this shit. It's like, Mama Smoking Essie, she thinks there's actually a difference between a dwarf and a midget. Essentially, dwarf and midget are not the same context. A dwarf is a medical condition, a fucking medical condition for a little person. The word midget is a derogatory put-down that was used in the 19th century, early 20th century for somebody in a freak show, a fucking freak show, saying, introducing the midget, That's basically a put-down, a slur, same thing as the N-word, same thing as the K word for Jewish people, the W word for Italian people, the S word for Spanish people, the F word for gay people, all those horrible words. It's a slur. So to answer the fucking question, no, midget is not a medical condition. The word dwarf is the more proper term, or for example, dwarfism, or air quote little person, that's the nickname for people who are dwarfs. Now there's another fucking word, which is very similar, which a hell of a lot of people think is harmless, but it's actually far from harmless, and that word is goy, or goyim. It's a Jewish word, basically somebody who is Jewish or practices Judaism, whether they're Orthodox or not, may call somebody a goy, or goyim, or a shiksa, and a lot of people think it just means somebody who's not Jewish, who's not fucking Jewish, but actually it is a put down, basically saying, I'm Jewish, and therefore I am better than you. I'm the superior religion. Your religion, whether it's Catholic or Protestant, or for example Episcopalian, or Muslim, or for example atheist or agnostic, or Hindu, is less desirable than my religion. So a lot of people don't realize that calling somebody a goy or goyim is actually derogatory. People just say, well, Smoking Essie, it probably just means not Jewish. It just means somebody who's not Jewish. And actually, that's far from the truth. And I actually didn't know up until very recently asked, like a big ass cigar, that calling somebody a goy or goyim or shiksa is actually offensive, very fucking offensive. It's basically saying, I'm Jewish, and therefore I'm better than you, just like calling somebody a moron or an imbecile or idiot back in the day, back in the 1940s, 1950s. That's how they would rate a person's IQ, would basically say, well, somebody who's profoundly mentally retarded is an idiot, somebody who is moderately mentally retarded is a imbecile, and somebody who is mildly mentally retarded is a moron, and essentially that nowadays people use the slang term retard, which is a derogatory put-down, just like the word midget is derogatory put-down for somebody who's a little person, just like the word, retard is a derogatory put-down for somebody who's mentally disabled, developmentally disabled, just like the word goy or goyim is a derogatory put down for me, for example, fucking me, for example, because I am an atheist myself, I'm a fucking atheist myself, so calling me a goy or goyim would be considered a put down, because it's basically saying, myself, hypothetically myself, Joe Schmo myself is Jewish, and therefore I am better than that person who is not Jewish. So a lot of people, a hell of a lot of people don't realize this shit. It's like, that calling somebody a goy or goyim is actually offensive, or calling a girl who's not Jewish a shiksa is actually a put down, and basically saying they are less desirable of a religion, a fucking religion, than, Judaism, which, in my personal opinion, like my asshole, I think every religion has pros and cons, every religion has ups and downs, there is no right or wrong religion, in my personal opinion, like my asshole. I think every religion is entitled to their own choice. I think you have a right as a human being to practice any religion you want to. If you want to believe in a higher power, that is your fucking right as a fucking human being. However, I do not believe it's a person's right to degrade you, demean you, and say just because you're not Christian, you're not Jewish, you're not Muslim, you're not Hindu, you're not Dalai Lama, therefore we're going to put you down and make you feel bad and make fun of you just because you're not the religion. So calling somebody a goy or goyim is basically doing that. You're basically putting the person down, you're demeaning them, you're being derogatory towards them, and basically saying my religion is superior to your religion and therefore you should be made fun of, which is very wrong, very fucking wrong. Just like calling a black person the N-word is fucking wrong, just like calling a Jewish person the K-word is very, very wrong, very fucking wrong. You get the freaking point. So that's the point. Anyway, have a nice day. Pretty fucking cool. Bye.